Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy Marco's winning 205. The numbers after the name. Unfortunately, no fractured gameplay. I actually haven't been playing Call of Duty this whole week, man. Been working so much, haven't had no time to be getting up over there to duty, man. But hopefully next week I get these guys some fractured gameplay. From what I guess I've kind of understood, it's like kill confirm, except you drop the stuff in like a little area, kind of like Dom, I guess, in that sense, or even cap like a flag in that sense, which seems pretty neat, you know, and you can carry up to 10, so you can kind of gamble them when you drop them, you die, you know. Interested to check it out. I'm sure, and I kind of want to hop in it because normally with these game modes that get added, they're cool for like the first week, 2 weeks that they come out. And after that, they kind of fall off the face of the earth. No one really plays them. Unless, I imagine if there was ever like a game mode that was that riveting that people wanted to play, it would keep up that way. But normally, that's kind of the arc that they go. The same way, I guess, that's kind of the Call of Duty games themselves go. With the exception of Ghost, poor Ghost. So, I got to hop in there this week and hopefully get these guys some foot for next week. But this week, Tight Tuesday, probably one of the tightest, closest, craziest, wildest games of Hardpoint that we played. Out there playing Hardpoint, you know, trying to get that blackjack contract. Nah, I mean, we about that life. We customize and we adapt to the abilities depending on what the contract asks for. Not a big fan of already repeating contracts, honestly. I feel like there's plenty of stuff we could do rather than already start repeating the contracts. It kind of, to me, it kind of takes a little bit of the sex appeal of it once we start repeating the contract already. You know, and in this case, it's the win games one, I guess, kind of has been repeated, but also, you know, the kill people with the objectives and whatnot. Yeah, I've already seen it twice up there. Whatever. Yeah, the team store, it's not the worst thing, and, you know, the difference, I guess, would be, would you rather have a contract that maybe wasn't as good up there? If it actually works, it works. Unlike this connection interrupted that we got over there, and I'm like, my man, come on now. I've been getting a steady diet. I wouldn't say a steady diet of connection interrupted, but I get a healthy amount of them. That at this point in the game, I kind of become a little bit nervous about. You know, you kind of start looking at it and you're saying, hey, man, like, what's going on here? Like, this should kind of be a wrap. Like, we shouldn't be having any of this. But a little bit faulty connection over there. We'll also talk a little bit today, man, about some of the information that we got over here on the Modern Warfare remake coming out. You know, and specifically, they released the first mission out there for us to watch. I only watch parts of it. It's kind of what I do. When these things kind of come out, I don't want to watch all of it because I want to play through it and experience. Even though in this case, I guess I kind of know the story, but in all fairness, I don't really remember all that much of that storyline. I think if I dug deep enough, I could probably remember a good amount of it. But off the cuff, like Makarov, all those cats, I don't really fully remember what happened. So I'm excited to play through that campaign. It's the one time, and you know, I've stayed with the Xbox in terms of Call of Duty. I'm just a lot more comfortable with the controller, and my friend's base is over there. A good amount of it. Now that I think about it, I got a good amount now on the PS4 as well. I think, if in all fairness, there's a world where if I had enough time and enough patience, I'd get them both, and I could play with every set of people. And hey, hopefully, you know, one day we live in a world where we could play freely our video games and all that jazz and connect with anyone no matter what, all that nice stuff. I could get over here on a nice little political rant, but I think I'll digress on that regard. But the only time I've, you know, and so being on the Xbox, we get the DLC a month late, which is something that I wasn't really used to, because when I had, you know, the 360 generation, that was quite the opposite. It hasn't really affected me at all. I don't honestly really care enough to really get that drilled in my brain. I just would like to know the exact dates, and whenever that date comes out that the DLC is going to download, I'll make sure I'm ready for it, you know, and all that jazz. But aside from that, I don't really care whether it's a month later, a month earlier. There's nothing jaw-breaking or groundbreaking over here. Oftentimes, the only thing that will happen is sometimes I will know a little bit of the map just because maybe I watched like a YouTube video or something, and I'll know like a little bit, like, oh, I saw a game, like someone played like half a game on this map or whatnot. So I'll know a little bit of that regard, and that might lose a little luster. But even then, I still don't really know much about like the zombies, for example. I never look. I know that this next one has dragged because of just the trailer itself. But even then, I didn't look at the trailer. Didn't look at the gameplay footage that the people didn't put up. I'm good. I'm able to censor myself from checking out the spoilers so that I can still get an experience when it comes out. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't happen. You know, all of a sudden you'll run into maybe footage in a place that you didn't expect to. You know, sometimes even when I'm like going on Twitter or something, all of a sudden, boom, there's like someone who like tweeted out like a clip, and I'm like, oh damn, this thing started playing automatically. And you know, between the time you run away or whatever, you might have caught something. That kind of stuff happens. But for the most part, I feel like in today's day and age, you could stay away from spoilers to a certain extent as well as you can. And that's kind of what I've been doing. But the one knock that I will have is once Infinite Warfare comes out, because in the PS4 version, you're going to be able to play the DLC, the remaster, a month early, and that to me is a little bit of pain. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna show you guys, man. I was using that XM whatever thing, that launcher, because this was a game where I was still working on the dark matter, and I needed to get I think either 10 kills with it or something. You had to do something with it. I kind of like the launcher as a weapon in this game, and it's really the first time I've ever said that in a Call of Duty game. I'm not really gonna go and use it, honestly. Not really too interested in that. But I could see where if you're caught in a pinch, it'll be able to help out. And in that case, what I did was kind of assess the situation. And I saw that the guy was in a corner, and I knew that, hey, if you poke that, I'm gonna blast him. And in that case, you get enough the blast radius contained where you could really do some damage. And it's rare that you could do that, so I made sure I hopped on it in that occasion. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, I got a chance here to put some damage. Let me get on that right here. Rare to do that, so I made sure to use it. This one right there, for example, was a little bit more difficult in terms of getting off that kill. In all fairness, you kind of expect the blast radius to take care of a lot of it. You will find when using it that the blast radius, it doesn't really take care of all that much, and it's actually fairly generous. It's kind of how I feel about these games. When someone hits me with one of those, you know, back in the day with like an RPG, for example, when somebody would hit me with an RPG, it'd be like, wow, like that was like, I thought I should have avoided. Like, dang, that seems kind of like my BS meter's going off. When I try to hit somebody with an RPG, my goodness, you better be locked and loaded into the guy's chest, or else you're not getting anything. That's something I think we all could kind of feel with in terms of video games, and especially in terms of Call of Duty, where you always feel like you're the one getting screwed over. And hey, sometimes you are, sometimes you are. You know, it's a little bit difficult to tell where that line is of getting screwed over and not getting screwed over. In this case, though, I felt like in this case the launcher treated me pretty fairly. That's why the game ends up being here, you know, because we end up pulling out the W here at the end of the closed game. And some of that came down to the fact that, hey, guess what? The damn launcher actually killed somebody, where in other games, that damn launcher won't kill anybody. Going back to the Modern Warfare remix. So that was kind of the first time that ever the DLC kind of came back to bite me, right? The fact that it's not on the Xbox first. So I was like, man, I could really see myself using it or playing that game a month before Infinite Warfare comes out, kind of getting it out of the way, being done with it, putting the game's beaten video up on the channel, and that's it. Then I won't play it. Or, you know, maybe I'll randomly play the multiplayer, but for the most part, that'll be it. Unfortunately, I won't have the opportunity over there with the Xbox. I'm really kind of hoping maybe they say, like, oh, we'll release it a week early, because the campaign won't take too long. And I think I'll still probably push through the campaign before I do anything else. Definitely before I play the new games campaign. I want to play through that. And I'm also debating as to what mode I should play it in. Should I play it in Veteran? I've beaten it before in Veteran and whatnot. I assume the trophies are all new. I mean, they carry over, but I assume that they won't just take it. Actually, they will, because it's a different game. So, or they won't. Pardon me. They won't carry over from what you have. You know, my achievements that I have in the original Modern Warfare won't carry over there. Now, I know that the stats and the progression system, allegedly, I'm pretty confident they said when the game was announced, will carry over. And over here, I'm just trying. I'm like, come on, man. I'm trying to break through, but so many people in there. I believe that those stats and everything will carry over. So I'm kind of waiting for a person to get over there, and unfortunately, the Hardpoint switches. Let's get into the actual gameplay right here, man, because we got about 3 minutes and change over here, and this becomes a wild game. I mean, if you've been looking over and keeping track of the score, man, buck 95 to 200, we down right now. This is close, man, and we're trying over here. This one, someone's holding down contested. This one's a pretty tough one to take over because both sides are pretty evenly matched. I kind of went out there and just tried to put some bullets in that case because I figured we had it contested. If I threw some bullets out there, risk my life, maybe another guy does the same and manages to finish that guy, we got control of that place all of a sudden. It kind of ended up working, maybe, I don't know, but we ended up taking control over here. I also am using a Firebreak guy over here, and I'm using the damn stun thing. Yeah, I forgot the exact name of it now. All these specialists kind of just, like, they all kind of blend in after a certain point. I'm using that. I felt it would be good in a map like this for situations where, like in a room or even here, where I'd be able to clap somebody, you know, and stun them, and then keep it moving. So that Hardpoint's down. We put a 20-point lead right there. Pretty big lead right there that we really needed late in games. These leads in late in games, man, are so key in this, man. And they're so difficult to hold on because everyone at that point is invested. I feel throughout these games that I played Hardpoint, a lot of guys were kind of half-assing it till like the end. And then at the end, it was all hands on deck. We're all going in. We're all trying to capture the damn Hardpoint. And in this case, check this out. I got a guy down there and I got a guy ahead. We got 3 guys over here. No one's able to kill him. Managed to take it over, and I know where they're going to be coming from. I try to duck over here. I pull out this launcher, which is a stupid idea. But if you remember from every menu screen, every hint screen on Earth, it says Pulling out a secondary is quicker than shooting the damn primary. Well, I tried, but unfortunately my secondary in that case was a rocket launcher, so that takes some time. And over there, I tried also to put in the damn thing. Unfortunately, they had flat jacket, which is fair to have in this game. It's fair to have in every game mode, but it's something that you could kind of expect a little bit more in this game mode because of the high explosives being chucked over there. So all my guys are coming over there, and I'm like, guys, please go to the damn next hard point, man. Why are we doing that? I think to me that really defines the people that know what they're doing on hard point and the people that don't. If you looked at there, man, there's 5 seconds left on that hard point. We don't got nothing to do. If all 5 of my guys came down here, we would have had this hard point over here. Managed to get that kill over there. Like I said before, chucking the launcher just in the corner. Pretty damn good move right there. I managed to come over there, see this guy's coming, switch, boom, pop. This guy might be coming, and then it happened. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, my face. I'm hearing hardpoint. You tested hardpoint lockdown. My controller battery died. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Thing gave me like a low battery message a while ago. We managed to come back in. We're still upsetting text like, oh man. I was over here dying, man. My girl Tia was watching me, and she's like, what just happened? I'm like, I don't know. What just happened? Ah! She's like, well, it says your battery's low. And I'm like, oh, no, battery's low. So I wasn't able to find the cord in time, so I just ended up just, like, plugging it back in. And you always get those, like, extra minute or something of juice, and it was enough to come over there and take back the hardpoint and get that W for the guys, man. Woo! A little bit of everything, man. Connection interrupted, batteries giving out, tough games. You go through things like, hey, man, you got to plug in the controller or what, man? Your boy Marcus 18205, man. Wireless gameplays of Call of Duty you'll find on the interwebs. It's crazy. Wasteland Wednesday tomorrow, man. Check it out. We laid down some serious murder game. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that hood stuff. I'm going to go bury myself back in Dark Souls, man. That thing, I lost 10 pounds since I started playing. It's wild up in this. I'll reserve the cursor for another day. Deuces.